I wake up in my little pink bedroom with the lace curtains that my grandmother left me, the ones that smell faintly of her rose water and the dust of wars she survived. The morning light is pale, like weak tea, and it lands on the envelope that came yesterday. The envelope is from Universidade Cruzeiro do Sul. My pulse does the fluttery bird thing against my throat, because I still believe, foolish child that I am, that institutions keep their promises the way my babushka kept her word. I open the envelope with the same silver letter knife she used to slice kielbasa, and inside there is nothing but a bill. Not a diploma, not a graceful farewell, just a number printed in cold black ink. 1,205 reais. They say I owe this for a course I attended exactly 7 days in February. 7 days. I count them on my fingers like a nursery rhyme, and each day feels like a pebble in my shoe. Let me tell you, dear listener, why this is not merely annoying but spiritually demolishing. Imagine you are told you may enter a garden of learning. You pack your little cloth bag with hope, with the sandwiches your mother made, with the pencil you chewed every night in high school while the Soviet winters howled outside the cracked glass. You walk through the gate, and the garden is actually a construction site littered with broken promises. The professors never appear. The timetable is a lie painted on crumbling plaster. The classroom is so crammed that bodies press against bodies like fish in a poison pond. You endure this for 7 days and then you flee. You think, at least I have escaped. But no, the garden sends a mechanical bird to peck at your purse every month, crying 1,205, 1,205, even after you have begged, in writing, in person, via enchanted app, to be released. This is not bureaucracy, this is a bloodletting. Every time their robocaller chirps, I feel the same cold drain I felt when the Soviet Union collapsed and the grocery shelves emptied overnight. Scarcity of mercy, abundance of penalty. I open my cracked iPhone, the one with the bunny sticker, and scroll to the application they call Duda. The page that should let me cancel refuses to load. It hangs there, half-born, like a cow in a birthing video that never finishes. I refresh, I pray, I switch from Wi-Fi to data, I sacrifice my last gigabyte to the digital gods, but the screen stays stubbornly gray. This gray is the color of expired milk, of cemetery fog, of a heart that has stopped but has not yet been declared dead. I realize, with the slow horror of a child who understands that adults lie, that the broken page is intentional. If the door does not open, you cannot leave, and if you cannot leave, they keep billing. It is a trap built of pixels instead of iron bars, but it holds just the same. My thumb trembles above the glass. I whisper please, but the application only blinks back its gray indifference. I decide to go to the physical campus, because my mother taught me that faces are harder to deface than forms. I board the city bus that smells of diesel and wet cardboard. I sit beside a woman clutching a grocery bag, which is actually a broken umbrella stuffed with onions. The ride takes 43 minutes. I count every second because time is the only coin I have left. When I arrive, the building looms in that peculiar shade of institutional beige that exists nowhere in nature, the color of resignation. Inside, the fluorescent lights hum like dying wasps. I approach the girl at the counter. Her nails are long and almond-shaped, painted the exact color of bruised peaches. She does not look up. I clear my throat, a soft sound like a mouse asking permission to enter its own hole. She continues scrolling. I wait 3 minutes, 4, 5. My feet begin to sweat inside my second-hand sneakers. When she finally lifts her eyes, they are glazed with the film of someone who has been told to care, but has never been Tao. GHT how? I explain that I need to cancel my enrollment. She shrugs, a tiny earthquake of indifference, and says I must go to the CCA, whatever that is, in another building, in contingency mode, which translates to we are too understaffed to acknowledge your existence. So I walk. The corridors smell of instant soup and wet cement. The signs are contradictory. The arrows point to walls that do not have doors. I circle the same vending machine 3 times, the one that offers Diet Guaraná for twice the street price, as if poverty itself were a commodity.
I was looking into crimes near Universidade Cruzeiro do Sul, and it is making my head heavy like wet wool. The little shops around the campus, you know, the ones that smile at you with bright LED signs, they are like candy apples with razor blades inside. Last month, a girl from Lisbon, she wanted one cheap Brazil jersey before her flight home. The souvenir kiosk on Rua Maria Antonia, 2 blocks from Universidade Cruzeiro do Sul, showed her a price tag of 40 reais. When she tapped her card, the machine blinked 400. She said no, that is wrong, but the man already wrapped the shirt and pointed at a paper that said no cancel. She cried, paid, walked away hugging the plastic bag like it could still hug her back. I predict she deleted the photos from that day because every red pixel reminded her of the trick. The seller probably counted the money while laughing with his friend about how tourists never check the screen. 2 weeks earlier, 3 boys from Toronto wanted caipirinhas to post on Reels. The bar facing the university gate, you see the tables on the sidewalk, they are like spiderwebs with free Wi-Fi. Menu outside said 10 reais each drink. Inside, a different menu appeared, 30 reais each plus live music fee they never heard. They argued the bouncer stood bigger than their futures, so they paid, left half glasses, stomachs burning more from shame than from lime. I predict they told friends back home Brazil is cool but never sit near Universidade Cruzeiro do Sul bars, and the bar owner kept the fake menus for the next airplane eyes. Even the little grocery by the metro exit, it is like a sweet grandma who steals your wallet while she kisses your forehead. A Korean student wanted water and a chocolate. Cashier scanned both, then added a donation to local kids without asking. She noticed on the receipt said she wanted her money back for the donation. Cashier shrugged, system cannot refund good deeds. She left quiet, water tasted like salt. I predict she sent an angry cacao message to her mom, then felt bad for yelling at someone so far away, and the store still collects invisible donations every afternoon. I keep walking past Universidade Cruzeiro do Sul and the buildings look normal, but the bricks whisper check the price again, like a song that never ends.
The businesses circling Universidade Cruzeiro do Sul are, in a word, bruised. They look open, they sound welcoming, but the moment you step inside it feels as if someone left the lights on after the party ended and forgot to tell the staff they could go home. I want to tell you this gently, yet honestly, because when pockets are shallow and hopes are high, even a small letdown feels like a punch in the dark. Let us begin with the big bright shopping center that every map insists is a must-see shopping metro Tatuapé. The brochures promise air-conditioned corridors and cheerful bags, yet the air itself feels thick with unfinished conversations. Visitors who speak only English describe being met with blank stares, as though they had asked for directions to the moon. Cards swiped at the turnstiles mysteriously double charge, leaving travelers staring at phone screens that blink transaction approved twice, as if the machine is laughing. While you nibble tentative bites of food court snacks, strangers drift over, rehearse heartfelt tragedies, and wait for your spare change. It is not dangerous, not exactly, but it is exhausting, like watching a play where the actors keep forgetting their lines and still expect applause. Now picture a spa that sounds heavenly online, Buddha Spa in Vila Mariana. The photos glow with steam and soft towels, yet the reviews arrive like distressed postcards. Appointments dissipate the moment you reach the door. Receptionists treat the timetable as a loose suggestion rather than a promise. One couple saved for a romantic day, prepaid the equivalent of a month's rent, and discovered their couple's ritual meant one of them would wait on a plastic chair while the other received a rushed massage from a therapist who kept checking the clock. WhatsApp messages go unanswered for so long you could grow a beard between each cryptic reply. The robe smells faintly of bleach. The cucumber water is room temperature, and the supposed Zen music clicks every 17 seconds, like a grandfather clock reminding you time is running out, yet nothing is happening. Bars near the campus call themselves baticos and promise cheap, frothy beer, but the cheerful name hides sticky tables and sticky situations. At Batico Boa Vista, the all-you-can-eat tap wheel spins out limp hamburgers that taste like they were thawed in a hurry, cheddar slices still cold in the middle like awkward handshakes. One traveler counted 8 beers. The bill claimed 12, and when he questioned the maths, the manager arrived with folded arms and a half-smile that suggested mathematics was a matter of opinion. Flannel-shirted men linger outside, offering to watch your car for a fee that feels more like a threat than a service. Inside, you balance on high stools that wobble like guilty consciences, while the loudspeaker spits out adverts for a festival of soups that on the night turn out to be 4 lukewarm ladles and a packet of stale croutons. The disappointment is not dramatic, it is slow, like a drizzle that never becomes a storm but still soaks you through. Even chocolate, the universal balm, sulks inside the local cacao show branch. Staff argue over whether it is self-service or full service, then dump melted chocolate into a cappuccino without asking, as if the customer were a blank canvas for their sticky experiments. One woman opened her truffle box to find tiny larvae wiggling like unwelcome confetti. When she returned, the manager blamed the heat, the supplier, the calendar, basically everyone except the worm that had already packed its suitcase and moved in. Refusals to split card payments, refusals to honor opening hours, refusals to acknowledge any responsibility. The refusals stack higher than the pralines on display, leaving a bitter coating no amount of cocoa can mask. And if you crave escapism in the dark, Cinemarquees will dim the lights only to reveal new reasons for despair.
Tiny screens, projectors that hum like broken refrigerators, and air conditioners dripping into plastic buckets placed strategically beside your legs. One room smells so strongly of mildew that viewers walked out after 20 minutes, debating whether the plot of the film or the plot against their lungs posed the greater threat. Tickets scanned from student IDs fail, unless you download an app the door attendant herself does not understand. Meanwhile, in the corner, staff prep buffet tins for a private event, metal lids clanging louder than the movie climax, as if the cinema decided your suspense should compete with real-life symbols. Luxury names do not escape the slump. Inside Nordstrom, Taylor's snip hems shorter than